welcome back to my channel. So Hairinbeauty did send me this hair to do a tutorial for you guys. So this is their Jerry Curl in Length 222s, a 20 and I think a 18-inch frontal or 20-inch frontal. I'll leave all the specs down below. Their bundles are very neat. Their frontals did come pre-plucked, like really pre-plucked, to the point where you really don't need to plug it, but I did, and I did go ahead and bleach the knots on this, and I did make it into a wig. And so this is what my hairline and wig looks like now. So I was just gonna go in and customize it a little bit. I did bleach the knots, like I said before. I used 30 volume developer and my quick blue. I left it on for about 20-30 minutes. I rinsed it out, shampooed it with blue shampoo to tone out the knots. And this is where I am. My hair is actually drippy red because in the scene I just finished washing it. So I am just going to go in and pluck it a little bit. So I like to part the hairline out that's already plucked because they did a good job plucking it. So I'm going to go in behind the hairline and just pluck a little bit more. Nothing too drastic, but I just like the gradient effect of me just plucking it behind the hairline because it just looks a little bit more natural. And so I like to repeat that step all over the entire frontal just to get the same look. Part out the area that's already pre-plucked, and I'm going to pluck behind the frontal. Once I get the density that I want, I'm going to brush all the hair back and continue to proceed with customizing this lace frontal. And this is what the hairline looks like after I am done with it. So now I'm going to just take my water bottle. It just has nothing but water in it. And I am going to wet the hair again. Because at this point, plucking it took me about 15 minutes. And so the hair has dried since I've initially washed it. So I'm going to wet it, get it back highly saturated. And then now I'm going to comb out the factory curls. So I'm going to use my powder brush to do this. Now, when you initially see hair that comes from any vendor, it usually have some type of factory curl in it, like it's very uniform curls, and that's not what the hair is going to initially look like. So I'm going to comb out those factory curls so we can see what we're working with and to look at the texture and how it really is. So I thought I wanted a middle part, so I initially did a middle part for this unit, and I also went in with my Cantu Wave and Whip mousse. I love to use this on any wavy or curly hair. It just makes the hair pop. This is an alternative to using gel, and I don't like using gel on my hair because of the fact that it just leaves a crunchy cast, and I like my hair to look soft and fluffy and luscious, so I rather use mousse instead of gels. So I'm going to just apply this on the hairline and just mold everything because it'll make it easier for me when it's time for me to adhere this wig to my head, because the hairline will be already molded, and it'll just be basically almost dry, so it'll just, like I said, make everything easier for me. So I'm just going in fixing the little tiny baby hairs that I did put on this wig, and I'm gonna go in after I apply the mousse and everything is combed in, I'm going to go in with my Extreme Wet Line, and I'm only going to put a little bit on the hairline because, like I said, I want it molded. I want it to be super flat in the front. Because I thought I wanted to wear a middle part, but I ended up changing it to a side part. But I still wanted the hairline to be flat, and I let it sit and mold with the Extreme Wet Line and the hair mousse. And that's like the perfect combination just to have a flat hairline when it comes to curly or wavy hair. Like I said, this is the only product that I like to use on the hair besides water. And so I like to heavily saturate whatever hair that I'm using with the Cantu mousse, and I like to massage it in. And then after that, I just comb the product in as well. So this is my Extreme Wet Line. It was extremely hard to find this gel initially, and I found it at my grocery store. So I just took a little bit and I put it only on the hairline and the baby hairs, just so it could be flat, like I said before. Just makes it super neat. And I only do this method when I only have curly hair or curly hair or wavy hair. I don't do this when I have straight hair at all. So these are my rapid strips. These are just basically a paper hair wrap. Because this is a dome head, the paper strips kind of slip off, so I like to use a T-pin to keep the papers on there while I let it sit and set. So this is what my wig looks like. It's about 80% dry, and she's ready to be put on. Now I waited a little bit to put it on because I wanted to make sure that the lace was dry, because I am going to adhere my wig with Got to Be Glue, and Got to Be Glue is water based, and anything wet will make my wig lift up. So I just waited till my wig was dry for me to put it on my head. But the hairline looks bomb. Like, you see how flat and smooth it looks? That's the reason why I did what I did by molding it, because it just makes it easier. So, you know me, I haven't been like using glue lately, so I've been using my Got to Be and Free Spray mix, and I have a lot of videos of showing you how I do that. And I mix it together and I put it on my skin and in the beginning of my hairline. This is gel. This is not going to pull out your edges. You just make sure you do it right and make sure you remove it right. Now, like I said, this is water-based gel and hairspray. So if you use water or if you sweat, this will come off. If you want to remove your wig, you just use water and it will come off. Alright, so, but if you want your wig to last a couple of days, this mixture will make your wig last a couple of days. So I put it in the beginning of my hairline. I will blow dry it for about 3 minutes on warm. It'll dry down to the point where I can do both of sides of my head. Alright, like I said, I have a whole bunch of videos showing you guys how I do that method. So if you want to see it, just click a couple of videos back. And at this point, I'm going to just cut off all the lace to my wig. Alright, now this lace is definitely lighter than my skin tone, so it's going to come off looking ashy, but I am going to fix that. So this is what my hairline looks like, and I'm going to take my Ruby Kisses in the color 16, and with a foundation brush, something that's a bit stiff, and I'm gonna put some of that foundation on my lace. Now I'm not using a lot. I dab my brush into the foundation one time. It's a cream foundation, and that is enough for me for my entire hairline. You do not want to use a lot of foundation because you will be able to see that. All right, now to really blend everything in, I'm going to take my Got To Be Free spray. I'm going to spray my entire hairline, and I'm going to wrap my hair down. You can use a scarf. You can use a lace grip. I'm using an elastic band. I've been seeing people use an elastic band to melt their lace, and honestly, they all do the same thing. Just choose one vice and stick to it, or whatever like that. Change what you can. I could not find my scarf, so I have a big roll of elastic, so I was like, okay, I'm going to just cut a big piece off and do it. So my hair was blah. I don't like 22 inches. I don't like 20 inches. I don't like 18 inches. I just feel like those are awkward lengths for me. And so I was like, okay, this mimics my natural hair texture. Why not cut this into layers? So I did slight layers, nothing too crazy. I layered areas, and then I fluffed it out like I would normally fluff my hair if I was doing a natural wash and go on my real hair. Because like I said, it mimics my natural hair. So I think I cut about 2 inches off of this hair. I'm not gonna lie, just so it could give it the shape that I wanted. Because when I did wear this wig, a lot of you guys did not know that this was a wig when I was posting pictures of it. So yeah, like I did the thing because it looked bomb. So I just went throughout the entire wig and just did like light layers, fluffed it, cut some more out. If I seen a piece of curl that was sticking out where I didn't want it to stick out, I just cut it, did a little layer, and I did the same thing for the other side. And that was about it, you guys. Like, I really enjoyed this hair. Now, because I did do like all of these layers, I did receive some shedding, but it was initial shedding from this wig. But after that, everything was good and ready to go. Now, this hair, I will say, is high maintenance. You definitely need silicone mix when it comes to textures like this, because they are easy or prone to, you know, tangle faster. All right, so make sure you deep condition thoroughly and frequently when it comes to textures like these fluffy natural, you know, textures like this. You want to deep condition, and this was it. This looks exactly like my natural hair texture. I was so in love. If you are interested in this hair, I will leave the link to everything down below in the description box. Alright, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can see and get all the notifications of me uploading. Alright, until next time, bye best friends.